And welcome back to Let's Play Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Last time we finished World 3 and finally finished up the Ninja Dojo. At long last, it took way longer than it probably should have, but we are now entering level 4, which is our ice level. I feel like the boss was very ice themed last time, so I'm a little bit confused by how this is the ice level and why he is not the boss of this level. But this is a pretty straightforward little level, it feels like. We got Fighter, which was my favorite ability in the 2D. Okay, that's a bad way to put it. I was gonna say 2D games, but when I say 2D I mean art style wise, because this game is technically 2D from a gameplay perspective, but not necessarily from a visual perspective. It's technically 3D visuals. Point is, I found it a lot easier to control in the GBA games and the DS games. So I actually am not really a fan of Fighter, so fire it is. So we got our first energy sphere hidden relatively in plain sight. It's actually really easy. And through the door we go. Okay, so actually I want to test something. Do we have... Okay, we do. We have the little flame wheel from Superstar. It's just mapped to down on the D-pad with 1, which is different, I'm pretty sure, from Superstar. It feels like I didn't play Superstar that long ago, and I already have forgotten how that game plays. Because my memory is just that terrible sometimes. But yeah, fundamentally these games are actually all very similar, but this game just has slight physics differences that make Fighter a little bit harder to control in my opinion, and I can't actually put into words why. Just inputs seem a little different. Can't break this, probably needed bomb. Oh well, we are totally starved for lives, clearly. Obviously you want to go for the star, because why not? Oh well, I guess if I was gonna make a mistake, that was a good way to make it. I'm actually curious, what's up? Nothing is up, so I guess we just need to go this way. I'm expecting a DKC, where we have to... Okay, I see it actually. Where we have to fire in a non-obvious direction in order to get a collectible. Well, that was a mistake. But yeah, DKC would do that all the time, where you have to basically fire the barrel cannons in really off directions sometimes to actually find a secret. And you can like barely see a barrel poking out from the bottom of the screen or something, and then you have to fire straight down. There we go. It also counts. You can still see we have the second energy sphere, so we do not have to recollect it, thank goodness. There's a cannon down. I am suspicious. Looks like just stars. So if I haven't already talked about this, I'm pretty sure I haven't. The blue stars are worth 30, the red stars are worth, I think, 5 or 10, and the yellow stars are worth, 1. I don't think I've discussed that yet. I recorded a video and then I scrapped it, so I think it might have been there if I have discussed it. But if I have already discussed it in the actual main playthrough, then I apologize. That's number 3, and we're done. This level was so much shorter than the last several. Like, legitimately, a lot shorter. I'm trying to do a move. Yeah, and they must have added that in Triple Deluxe, because there's a move that I'm trying to do and it's not letting me, so I'm just gonna assume we actually don't have access to it. I'm actually curious. Okay, you can do it. Hold down. Okay, it's just a little bit harder to input. I think you just tap it in the later games, but in this game you have to hold it. Not too much of a difference, but you know, slightly more complicated. It's also weird getting the energy spheres not directly before the end of the level, because lately that's how it's been going, where you basically get it at the very end. So I'm not gonna get the 1-up, we don't need it. It's very unlikely you'll ever get walled on a Kirby game. Like, too badly at least, so... Like, there's also save points, so it's like you get kicked back to the title screen, so what? It doesn't really mean anything anymore. You know, back in the NES days, you would lose a lot of progress if you actually did lose all your lives, but now it doesn't actually matter that much. Which is why a lot of games are getting rid of lives, you know. The biggest example I would say is Mario Odyssey, because Mario was one of the last holdouts for a long time, but they found a new way to penalize deaths, to penalize the player, but also, yeah, just without lives, so... I actually like how Odyssey went about it. The Shovel Knight route, as I like to say. Using the sword dash for invincibility frames. Got Ninja here, might as well pick him up for the heck of it. Yeah, Ninja's pretty good. You have close-up attacks, you got long-range attacks, and it's a pretty good ability. You can stick to walls. Not actually something that was needed too often, but yeah, you can stick to walls if you so desire. I am suspicious. Actually, never mind. We're using it now. But yeah, that's not like required or anything. It's like, oh, if you have Ninja, you can get an extra life. I did not notice the spikes on the ceiling. Huh. Ow. Okay, so we are getting kind of destroyed in this little passageway. We actually need fire, so I need to go a little bit out of the way and then go back, like that, to respawn the little fire guys, the names of whom I'm currently actually forgetting. So light that. Oh shoot, we gotta hurry. Okay, I did not need to hurry nearly as much as I thought I would. That was actually really straightforward. And off we go. Seems to be a little bit of a puzzle room. I wonder if we need fire for this. Like if we need to do the little fire dash. I was close. I'm trying to hit the switch on the right side of it if you're wondering why I'm jumping into the switch. I think I need to slide just a second later. I think that's my problem. Yep, that was my problem. Ow. Jump straight into a spike. Good job. That's number 1. I do like when you don't need to actually backtrack. Most Kirby games are good about this, not making you go out of your way for things, but some can actually make you go back. And 64 and Dreamland 3 are the biggest offenders, and also Dreamland 2. So we got the little shoe again. Obviously we need to use enemies to our advantage to try to get past certain gaps that we would normally not be able to jump. Oh shoot! I forgot how this works. I was applying Mario logic when I should not be applying Mario logic. I simply held the button down, which is what you would do with a Mario game. But in this level with the shoe, you actually have to actively push the button again to get extra height from a jump. Okay, not what I was meaning to do, but still got results. So yeah, you need to actually jump again in midair. And I was forgetting to do that, rather tragically. So obviously you need the shoe to break these, if you want the health. If you don't, then you don't need to do that. But there's gotta be something hidden, right? Right here. So obviously we need to use all the little dudes to jump up here and grab the next energy sphere. Okay, we can escape this place. That is good. So place your bets, we have 2 left. Is this going to be a Sphere Doomer stage or not? I am guessing probably. It's kind of a case of just sort of overusing a gimmick. Because, like, fighting the Sphere Doomer as many times as you do, it gets a little repetitive. But, at least it's on a difficult enemy on main mode. But I'm a little bit worried for extra mode, if you'll be a little bit of a problem in that. So I have no idea how strong he's gonna be in extra mode, and again, I'm not really planning to show all of extra mode because that'd be extremely redundant, but I do plan to show some of it. Looks like we have a boss incoming because they're giving us health and power-ups. He is Super Bonkers, and he's all glowy and stuff, which is different from normal Bonkers. He is thus going to give us a special power-up as a result. Now Bonkers is unique because there are not any enemies that actually give hammer normally, so to actually get the Super Hammer, or whatever it's going to be called, you basically need to actually kill the boss. You actually have to get it from a mini-boss because there are no regular enemies to fit the bill. So we have to shake the controller to make the hammer really big in order to knock down these giant pegs, which affect the landscape. Little jack-in-the-box enemies, obviously we have to time it right. I was shaking the controller too soon. You have to push the button and then shake the controller, and I was forgetting to do that. So, that took out both of them. I like the design of like Kirby's outfit. It's really unique looking. It's actually pretty cool. So which one? This one. Will this take out all 3 or just 2 of them? Yep, all 3. I also kind of wish each of the different forms had different music. I think that would have actually helped to spice it up a little bit. I have a feeling what it is if you do the hammer move on, and don't charge it up. Oh, these guys are being jerks. And if you don't charge it up, it might not destroy all of them, but if you charge it up, it probably destroys all of them from the shockwave. That's my guess, at least. And again, I have no evidence of this, but this is just totally an educated guess on my part. Here we go. I should have actually grabbed that blue star because it would have actually given us an extra life. So while we're going through here, the gimmick is obviously keys everywhere. I just wanted to say that I have actually, by the time of this recording, played Star Allies. This is awkward, because you can't float, by the way, when you're holding a key. So anyway, as I was saying, I've actually completed it, except for a couple optional things, of course. Shoot, this is actually screwing me up. The key was messing me up. Now, okay, that works. Not as planned, but oh well. But, I actually really enjoyed the game. It's a lot more, not less complicated than this game, I would argue, but that's not a bad thing. I'd say it's a good game to get people into Kirby. Like, to put things into perspective, I didn't get into Kirby until Kirby's King Squad. In terms of main entry, I played Air Ride by that point. But in terms of main entries, my first was Squeak Squad, and everyone is like, Squeak Squad is the easiest one. And I will concur, but easy and bad aren't really the same thing, and I feel like people tend to associate easy games with being not that good. But like, I will say, Star Allies is actually really solid. It is definitely easier than this game, I would say. Not as a negative, but just as a statement. I've actually thought about making a video talking about it, but that, if I do, of course the video will go up closer to when Star Allies comes out, meaning me talking about it if it hasn't happened yet is actually kind of redundant. But, there are our next energy spheres of 4-2. Maximum Tomato as standard, and let us escape. Now, we should only be able to go right, and the goal should be up here. Yep. I feel like the warp is always at the very end of the stage, so it ends up being kind of easy to gauge. The structure of the stages tend to repeat. You know, you go through a certain amount of stage, you get a couple energy spheres, you get an ultra power, and then you do a little void level, and then you fight Sphere Doomer, and then just walk over to the end of the level, because that's it. Now, is that a bad thing? Not really. But yeah, it's very consistent game design, I will say that much. So, that's it for now. I was trying to see if I could interact with this little snowman, but I can't. Well, actually, is Stage 5 the boss? It looks like Stage 5 is just normal. And I don't think it was like that for the last Worlds. I thought Stage 5 was the boss. Oh well. Mixing it up apparently, if I'm not just misremembering. So yeah, next time we'll take on the rest, or well, 3 and 4 probably. So thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Kirby's Return to Dreamland.